Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles. I'm back to the Sudokétudes, which I believe this is set 5 of the Sudokétudes. So I'm really happy that the series has continued to grow and people are liking it. Now, there'll be a link below to where you can try this puzzle for yourself, of course, as there is in every video. And there'll also be a link below to the page where this pack will, or this series will get added once all of the videos are out. So I do have a page where all of the puzzles are released. But it's basically part of the free collections page on my Patreon. You do not need to be a Patreon supporter or even a Patreon member. Anyone can go to the page and download all of the packs and everything, but I'll provide a link to that below. But let's have a look at Prime Focus, one of the classic Sudokus. Slightly harder than yesterday's, according to the testers, including myself, but not as brutal as the one that's coming tomorrow. You can enjoy that one when it lands. So let's have a look at Prime Focus. So the rules are quite simple. They're just normal Sudoku rules, the same as yesterday's puzzle. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. So I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. I'm not that worried about time. Let's give this a shot. So ones, 1 and 1 and 1 looking up means 1 is in one of those two cells. 1 and 1 means 1 is in one of those two cells. Here we go. 1 and 1. 1 can't be in any of those. That one is looking down. That cell is full. That's a 1. Looking up saying that's not the 1. That's the 1. And 1 is in one of those two cells because of all the pointing ones. That's left us with this X-wing on 1s. If this is a 1, that's a 1. If that's a 1, that's a 1. It's an X-wing because it's either going to form an X pattern. X-wings can be used for logic, but I'm not sure why I need one for this puzzle. I don't remember. 8 and 8 mean 8 is in one of those two, but that 8 is looking up. That's an 8, which means 8 is in one of those two. 4 and 4 means 4 is in one of those two. 6 and 6 means 6 is in one of those two, but there's a 6 looking down, so that's a 6, which puts 6 in one of those two. Here's a little trick. 2 can't be in any of those, and this 2 is saying 2 can't be there. So 2 is in one of those two, which means those 2s are pointing across saying I can't put 2 in any of those or any of those. So one of those has to be a 2. I don't know the path for this puzzle. I mean, the important thing is there's no correct way to solve a Sudoku. If you're having fun, you're solving it the correct way. But I don't know if there's a specific path. Here we go. 5 and 5 actually makes this a 5. Is there more with 5s? I can see 5's not in any of those. So 5 is in one of those two. And 5 isn't in any of those. So 5 is in one of those two. I've got a similar trick to what I did up here with the 2s with the 8s. 8 can't be in those and 8 can't be in those. So 8 is in one of those two. That's making 8 point down here. So 8 is in one of those two. And I've got it again. 8 is not in that cell because of the 8 and 8 that cell because of the 8. So 8 is in one of those two, which is pointing down, meaning this is a 6-8 pair. Because 6 could only go in those cells because of the 6, and now because of the pointing 8s, 8 can only go in those. So now in this column, I haven't placed a 4, which must go into the middle of the grid. This is now a triple. 1, 2, 4, and 7. Well, there's no 4 there. So 4 is in one of those two, so that's a pointing 4s, making 4 in one of those two. 3s. 3 can't be in those, 3 can't be in those, and that 3 says not there, and that's filled. That's a 3, which puts 3 in one of those two, but that 3 is looking down. That's a 3. 3 and 3 means 3 is in one of those. That's a 2-3 pair. And if this is a 2-3 pair, these are the digits that haven't been placed. I placed 1, 2, 3. Don't know. I do know exactly where the 2 and the 3 go. That's the 2. That's the 3. So what digits haven't been placed? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. Don't know how to resolve the 4 and 9, but it means that these cells don't include 4 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 5, 6, 7, and the 5, 7 is looking up, making that the 6, and I can take 6 out of those. These are only 5 or 7, which I'm not seeing how to resolve. I've got a triple in this column though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9. Well, there's no 8 there. So yeah, I already had 8 in those. There's no 9 there. And there's no 4 there because of the pointing 4s. Actually, the 4's down here, this 4 means this is the 8, this is the 9, this is the 4. That's cool, which means that's not the 8, that's the 8, which means that's the 6 and that the 8. I'm sure there would have been another way of finding that, but I enjoyed that. That was fun. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These, wait, 4, 7, and 9, and there's no 4 there. And there's no 9 in either of those. So where's the 9 in this row? This is the 4, 7 in the box. This is the 9 in the row. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 5 and 6. And the 6 is looking down, making that the 5, that the 6. So this is a triple in this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 5, 7 must include a 5. There's no 2 there. So there's a digit 1, 2, 6 has not been placed in this box. 6 can't go in those or there. That's the 6. And this is from 2 or 7 because it can't be the 5 because of that 5. This is 2, 7. The other way of looking at that is 2, 4, 7, but the 4 had to be in there. That's a 2 or a 7. Okay. Now let's look at this triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 7, and 9. That's not a 7. So we know the 7 is in one of those two. And now I want to ask the question, where is 7 in this column? Because 7 in this column has to be in one of those two cells, because I can't put a 7 there because of that one. So 7 is in one of those two cells. But what are those 3 digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, and 7. So these are 2, 5, 7. That one can't be a 7. Oh, that one can't be a 2. This is a 5, 7 pair. That is a 2, which takes 2 out of those. This is a 7, 9 pair looking across, making that the 2, which means this isn't the 2. This is the 2 because I eliminated a corner mark. Excellent. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. These are 5, 7, 9. There's no 5 there. There's no 7 there. There's triples everywhere, but this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 1, 5 pair. And the 5 is looking across, making that the 1 and that the 5. And as I mentioned before, the 1 looks across, removing that 1, making that the 1. And that's all the 1s in the grid. Next, I have all but 3 digits in this column, but I don't need to. The 5 is looking up, making that the 7, looking down, making that the 4, which makes that the 7. The 7 comes out of here, making that the 9 and that the 5. And this is now a single digit, which is the 9 that hasn't been placed in the column. This box is missing 4 and 8, and the 4 is looking across, making that the 8 and that the 4. This row is missing a single digit. It's not the 8 because I've already got an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 7. And this box is missing a single digit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 9, making that the 4 and that the 9. The 4 looks down saying there's no 4 there. So by pencil mark, that's a 4. This is a 2, 7. The 7 is looking across, making that the 5, which makes this the 7. This row is missing a single digit, which is the 4. So this isn't the 4. The other way was the 4 can't be there, so it had to be there. This box is now just missing 6 and 9. And the 6 is looking up, making that the 9, that the 6. The 9 is looking down, making that the 7 and that the 9. The 7 looks down, taking 7 out of those. So that has to be the 2. That has to be the 5. That has to be the 7, which looks across, making that the 2, that the 7. And that is the solution to the puzzle. Now, it took me a lot less time than yesterday. But yesterday I was explaining a lot more fundamentals. It's also possible that these puzzles are in the wrong order, but all of the testers said that this one was slightly more tricky. I always get a little bit lost when I'm trying to solve and I try to remember what have I explained, what haven't I explained, because I don't normally explain all of the fundamentals of pencil marking and everything. It does slow me down and my solving gets a bit worse. Try it sometime. It's tricky. But that was Prime Focus. I hope you enjoyed this one. Just a nice little distraction classic. Tomorrow's classic, I think, will leave you with some stuff to find. We'll see how you go. Thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.